Today's first topic is one that has been in the news recently. It's cyberbullying. In January, a 15-year-old girl in Boston hanged herself after being subjected to relentless cyberbullying through text messages and other social networking sites. A few days ago, 9 teenagers were arrested in felony criminal charges relating to cyberbullying that led to the death of Phoebe Prince. If they're convicted, the lives of these 9 will take a much different path than they had ever imagined. Some likely will spend time in prison. Others will forever carry the scars of their deeds. Employment opportunities and successes in life will be impaired, as it is for any felon. We know this is not an isolated case. Our first question today then is, how widespread is cyberbullying in Nevada? And we will go on to also present a question, how do we deal with cyberbullying in Nevada? Is this a court problem, or is it more of a school problem? When does it become a court problem? I'd like to get the first responses from Las Vegas, and then Reno, and then Elko. At each location, I would like the moderator to introduce the members of their panels. Let's go first to Las Vegas.
Thank you, Chief. The panel here in Las Vegas is the judge of our juvenile division in our family court here in the 8th Judicial District Court, Judge William Boyd. To his left is our Chief Public Defender for the Juvenile Division, Susan Roski. To the judge's right is the Chief District Attorney, Mary Brown, for the Juvenile Division. We also have several other panel members, and we're going to take a moment to widen our screen out. We have Principal, Lee from FES. We were originally together at Cashman.
Yes, we were.
I have Principal Galt, Assistant Principal Galt from Clark High School. I also have the Public Defender, Phil Cohn, who is here with us as well. Ladies and gentlemen of our panel, can you respond to the Chief's question? How widespread is cyberbullying in Nevada, and how do we deal with cyberbullying in Nevada? Ms. Brown.
Good morning. My name is Mary Brown. I'm the Chief Deputy District Attorney for the Juvenile Division in Clark County, Nevada. I'd like to thank the Court Improvement Project and the Clark County School District for allowing us to be here. And I would also like to thank Justice Seda and the entire Supreme Court for coordinating this opportunity and their tremendous efforts. I would like to first note the District Attorney's commitment to safe schools and a safe society. We do have a number of laws that we are currently enforcing with regard to cyberbullying. And the one message I want to get across today, if nothing else, is you are not anonymous. There is a belief amongst young people that when they go on the internet, if they're using a screen name or in a chat room, that they can remain anonymous. If you look at the case in Boston, those children likely believed that they were anonymous. You are not. There was a time when our technology lagged significantly behind you, and we had a tough time tracking you down. That time is gone. We can find you. And these crimes are significantly impacting our society. The vulgar language, the hateful speech is causing an impact in our schools and in our community. And to the extent that we are called upon to enforce our laws, to make our schools and our society safe, we will do so. We have a broad range of options available to us, from informal services to the most serious cases that can even be transferred into the adult system. We try to use a common sense approach to have the charging decision and the consequences match the seriousness of the conduct. But that said, please be aware you are not anonymous. If you engage in hateful or harassing or stalking behavior, we will enforce those laws to make students, schools, and the society safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Would any of our school administrators like to speak to the comments that Ms. Brown made with respect to anonymity and the ability that her office has to charge?
Yes, I'm in a school. I'm an administrator in a school, and we see the impact that goes on in our school, and the support is wonderful. One of the things that is really important is we need to educate not only our students but our families, our parents. There needs to be a whole come together in the educational portion of helping us know. The other thing is when kids realize that not only anonymous, but things that you put up, a picture is never gone. You may delete it, but it's there forever. And kids oftentimes don't realize, they think if they hit the delete button, it's gone, and it's not.
A lot of times the schools become the first line of defense. Parents and students come to us first to when they're being bullied in any kind of realm, whether cyber or in a physical nature. And we become the first line of defense, but what students don't understand is by law we need to turn that over. And if it becomes extensive or significant enough that we feel we need to turn it over, we'll immediately call for school police and Metro to take care and handle the situation. And so students and parents need to realize that, yes, though we're your first line of defense, we have an obligation to turn that over to the law.
Morning. I was just going to say, yesterday I had 3 cases, new cases, not involving bullying, but involving downloading on the internet. All 3 cases, the kids were tracked by law enforcement, and very elaborately, but they can find it. And now they're facing charges in the juvenile system that right now the district attorney is asking to transfer those cases to the adult system. Will they be prosecuted in the adult system? That's a brand new cases, but I mean,
adult system would carry with it the penalty of potentially.
With these kind of charges, these would be life charges, yes. Pretty serious stuff. So again, I'd like to echo from the school district's perspective. I mean, it's so important for the parents to understand how dangerous the cell phones and the computers are, and how diligent they should be in making sure that they're monitoring the use of it. Because that one picture, you're 15-year-old and you take a picture of your 15-year-old girlfriend's private parts and you text it to a friend, which we're going to talk about a little later, you just committed child pornography and be charged with it. So hopefully the theme today would be thinking on behalf of kids about the use of these devices, but also encouraging parents to be more proactive in supervising their kids while using these devices, because you can end up in serious consequences.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Roski.
Good morning. My name is Susan Roski, and I am the Deputy Public Defender in the Juvenile Division here in Clark County. The attorneys in my office represent children who are charged with breaking the law in juvenile court, and the cases that would be filed by Ms. Brown's office, most of those the attorneys in our office would be representing those children. Fortunately, here in Clark County, we haven't seen a large number of delinquency charges being filed for cyberbullying, but I imagine that in the near future we will be. But I'd like to echo what the school district has mentioned, that it is very important to educate parents and children that these actions could result in them coming before the juvenile court and possibly the criminal courts. We all know that there's a certain amount of bullying that goes on in elementary and junior high and high schools, but when it comes to a point that it's so severe that it results in criminal charges, then there are very serious consequences. I hope we don't get to the point where we're criminalizing bad behavior, bad manners, but when it comes to the point where it's repeated and very vicious, then it could come to the point where criminal charges could be filed.
Thank you, Ms. Roski.